It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. All that and more coming up next.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for his start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down, here's Barkley again. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Smith, the man in motion left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 6. To throw is Wilson. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Wilson. pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now it's Wilson. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
This is going to be a corner route to their tight end, and I'll tell you what, it's man coverage, so that makes it hard for a linebacker to stay with him. And he's able to make the catch on the right side of the field and pick up the first down.
Steps away. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On the ground, here comes Tracy. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Complete. It's Dodson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And Goedert going to have an Eagles first down up near the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
The partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Hurts. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Elliott is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, That would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's Wilson. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. He's to the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Malik Neighbors, 72 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Gano now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This is Smith with the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 27 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and receiver Malik Neighbors headed onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Up the middle they go. Tracy. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Third and 20. They'll keep it on the ground. Tracy, and they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, Avery Williams. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Man open left side is Brown. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd down and 3. Back to throw here. Open man has got it, the tight end. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football. He's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Smith catches left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Wilson. That one taken in by Neighbors. On third down, Tracy. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Now Wilson. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Wilson. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Again, it's Johnson. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a handoff up the middle. Tracy, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Play action. Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Holding offense.
So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead as that leads us to 4th. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
Throwing is Hurts. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Here's Hurts to throw. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery.
Going right side, he finds Slayton. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Second down and 6 now.
Now Wilson.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. So the completion good for just 3. And now it's 3rd and 4.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Wilson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
They'll set up a throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle here to Brown.
And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 37.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Barkley, toss play left. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Here we go. 1st and goal. He's back to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10.
Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Byron Young forcing his way in there for the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Smith catches left side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And how about that? So many times the big play is what does it in overtime. They got one there, move the ball past midfield, and now you know they're on the move, looking to score the game-winning touchdown because a field goal won't finish the game.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. Still fighting. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
After the sack on 1st down, Hurts. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9, opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. They accomplish what they set out to do as they will take the lead here in overtime. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Elliott on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. First throw in overtime now for Wilson. That ball caught by Slayton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Beating him there with his legs, 21 yards, first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Yeah, the Giants are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
To throw is Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's 2nd down.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that will tie us at 24.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And out now come the Eagles. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. A nice little juke. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
Here's Wilson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Giants win the football game.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.